Hey guys, welcome to the channel where I like to review Doctor Who, Universal Monsters, and, well, anything else that comes along. We got movie reviews, episode reviews, audio reviews, action figure reviews, other merchandise reviews, just whatever I feel like doing. And today I'm ranking the 5 best Doctor companion duos in Doctor Who. Number 5, the 7th Doctor and Ace. So, a lot of their episodes maybe didn't pan out as well as they could have because I don't think the writing was always strong enough maybe to flesh out the idea fully, but having said that, I really do like the idea of this companion duo. It was kind of different to anyone we'd had before, and I mean that in a good way. Mostly the companions before this seem to have been either normal adults or really smart teenagers who either pretty much had everything together or were a bit whiny. Ace was different. A mixed up normal girl who had a strange event pick her up out of time and place her in space and mix her up even more. It was a perfect pairing for the darker 7th Doctor who wanted to help her get better. Although his manipulation tactics to do that did backfire most of the time in some ways, I think he did help her. I don't know, something about the idea of the wise old doctor taking in this young mixed up girl just works really well. I'm not sure this is really a good description as it's not really, but I think it was a better Pygmalion story than the 4th Doctor and Leela ever were. Not to knock the 4th Doctor and Leela, but yeah, that didn't really go anywhere. 12th Doctor and Clara. Capaldi's Doctor is often compared to Colin's Doctor, but done right. I'm not even talking about acting-wise, but rather how a grumpier Doctor was handled in the writing and overall production. There are many things that made Capaldi's Doctor work better, but one of those things was definitely pairing him with Clara as a companion. She was someone who could fight back and call him out and, well, teach him to be better. Colin unfortunately didn't have that with Perry. All she did was complain and whine and act terrified of him. I mean, I'd be terrified too if the person I was traveling with tried to strangle me soon after we first met and then acted like a total jerk the rest of the time. But we're not here to talk about the Sixth Doctor's era. Capaldi, on the other hand, never felt mean to Clara, just ignorant. He was trying to be caring, he just didn't know how at first. And I think the journey of her helping him to see how it should be was a difficult at times, but still an interesting relationship to watch. Their chemistry beyond that was just great together as well, and I think not too far off from the 4th Doctor and Sarah Jane. They teased each other, had genuine arguments, but still cared for each other as much as the best of friends could. You can tell they must have gotten along quite well behind the scenes, because it shows. I think they were one of the 2 best pairings the new series has had thus far. The 5th Doctor and Nyssa. Okay, I know what many of you are going to say. But Chester, they never traveled together solo, except for maybe half of Arc of Infinity, but that can't count surely. And you would be absolutely right. Unless you count Big Finish, which I have decided to do in this case. I almost didn't because I thought, well, that would open it up to other duos from Big Finish, and I really wanted to only do duos and companions from the TV series. But then I thought, well, they were technically on TV together alone for most of Arc of Infinity, so it counts. Might be a stretch, but it's my video and I make the rules, so. Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of the main range Big Finish stuff. I've actually started from the beginning and I'm planning to go through the whole thing. And I'm quite impressed with just how well these 2 work together. I can't quite put my finger on why it works, but something about these 2 alien scientists just really gels together in quite an enjoyable way. They're both really smart, but in a way also really smart about some different things, and they just complement each other so well. It also helps that they have some excellent stories. If you want examples of what I mean, some of the ones I've heard so far, like Alien Heart, Dalek Soul, and Winter for the Adept, are I think 2 really good examples of their chemistry. The 10th Doctor and Donna Noble. These 2 are just really funny together. I wasn't overly fond of Donna in The Runaway Bride. I thought she was a bit too annoying, but from Partners in Crime onwards, these 2 were just brilliant together. One of my favorite scenes in the whole Tennant era, and possibly in the whole new series, is that one scene where they're miming to each other from the doors, and it just turns out the baddies have been watching them the whole time. That it's just played so perfectly. The comedic timing is amazing. It was also a nice breath of fresh air not to have someone who was in love with the Doctor after Rose and then Martha. Whether you like those sorts of relationships or not, I think the show just needs different kinds to keep it fresh and new. And if we just had another young lady pining after the Doctor, It would have been the same thing over and over again. But this one certainly was different. I don't think we've had a comparable companion in the show since then, and we probably never will. I kind of wish we'd had this pairing for longer, but hey, it was great while it lasted. And the best companion duo of all time is the Fourth Doctor and Sarah Jane. These two are without a doubt the unobjective, definitive, best all-time companion duo. Unless you happen to have a different opinion, then that's your opinion and you are welcome to it, even though it's wrong. Joking aside, I really do think that Tom Baker and Elizabeth Sladen had the best chemistry of any Doctor companion duo out there. Also, apparently behind the scenes they got along really well, and that shows on screen. The playful teasing and joking around while also showing great concern for each other just made this feel like a real relationship. And I don't mean romantic relationship either, but just two best friends traveling together, having the time of their lives. The 10th Doctor and Donna are often referred to as being very funny together, but as good as they are, I don't think they hold a candle to the excellent comedic timing of these two. I'm not sure anyone ever will either. So that's my list. What do you think? What are your favorite Doctor companion duos? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.